7 o'clock, so we call the meeting to order. We have a quorum with Ms. Kaminsky and Mr. Torres being absent. And we'll open the meeting with a moment of silence that you can observe as you so choose. Thank you. And if you now join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome to the meeting. Dr. Randall, looks like we have some interesting student reports tonight.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. We have authors in the classroom from Jane Long, so we'll turn it over to them.
Good evening. My name is Cesar Alanis, and I am in Mrs. Cruikshank's 4th grade class at Jane Long Elementary. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here tonight. We recently had the pleasure of doing a Skype video call with the New York Times best-selling author Lauren Tarshish, who is the author of the I Survived book series and the editor of Scholastic Storybooks magazine, which we use weekly in our classroom. After the amazing Skype call, some of us even took a Saturday field trip to the Tweens Read Book Festival in Pasadena, Texas, where we actually got to meet her in person. This is an annual gathering of over 2,000 students from over the Houston area. We listened and learned from 32 famous authors, bought their newest books, and even got them autographed. Today, my fellow classmates and I would like to share what this experience has meant to us as we grow as readers and writers.
Hi, my name is Leah Rebecca Amazon. My experience connecting with the author, Lauren Tarshish, was incredible. Not only did I get to Skype with her in class, but I got to meet her in person at Tweens Read. When we Skyped with her, my head basically exploded into a big ball of excitement. But not only did she take the time to answer each of the questions that we had prepared for her, but she called us by our names and spoke to us directly during the Skype call. How she remembered all of our names during the presentation behooves me. Maybe she was taking notes during our Skype, which is the trick she taught us to do as readers. We all know that comprehending during reading is sometimes hard. So Mrs. Tarshish told us that while we read, we should have a notebook with us to write down things so we can keep up with all the things that are going on in the book. She taught me that it's okay not to be a great reader because that doesn't mean you aren't smart or intelligent. Struggling as a reader and writer as a 4th grader is something that she and I have in common. Mrs. Tarshish taught me to listen to others' advice and imitate good writing ideas to use in my own writing. Connecting with Mrs. Tarshish has inspired me to read and write more. When I grow up, I want to be just like her.
Hi, my name is Lana Garza. The experience I had with Lauren Tarshish was truly one of a kind. She is a true role model for young readers and writers. Not only does she work hard as a writer, but she goes out of her way to connect with her readers. While we were the ones gushing over her the whole time, she was actually just as fascinated with us. She published a blog post on her website that was all about our experience together. Her blog post was titled, How Lauren Fell in Love with a Class from Texas. Here are a few excerpts from her post. A huge prick perk. A huge perk of my job is having the chance to connect with so many children and teachers. Almost every week, I Skype with a different class. All of my Skypes are wonderful experiences, but never did I imagine that a 30-minute Skype call with a group of fourth graders from Richmond, Texas could become, for me, a love story. Miss Cruikshank told her before the Skype all about the kids in our school and in my class. She let her know that we are standout kids. Here's what she had to say about us. She wasn't kidding. The kids were amazing. What poise, what smiles, what insightful questions. All day I was aglow thinking about Miss Cruikshank and her students. After the Skype call, we were on cloud 9. Little did you know, meeting her in person was going to be the icing on the cake. At Tweens Read, we were sitting in the front row at one of her sessions, dying for the session to quickly end so we could finally run over to her and tell her who we were. And we did just that. Here's what she said about that special moment. I stepped off the stage, and there was Miss Cruikshank, her student teacher Megan, and her amazing students in the flesh. Seeing them was like being reunited with beloved family members. And that is how we feel about her as well. She is now a part of our fourth grade class family. Here are her blog's final words. And this is really the joy of my work, that an email and a Skype can lead to a picture of an incredible teacher in a giraffe costume. A chance to meet her amazing students in person. And, for me, a heart filled with love and gratitude. You all have to read the whole blog to find out why my teacher wore a giraffe costume.
Hi, my name is Adrian Riley. When my class Skyped with Lauren Tarshish, she actually blew my socks off. I was incredibly honored to talk to her. I also had the privilege of meeting her at the Tweens Read Book Festival. The list of positive words I had to describe her would go from here all the way to Italy. Not only did she inspire me to become a better reader and writer, but I gained a lot of faith from talking to her. She is the kind of person that you want to spend a whole day with, just to suck up all her writing tips, like finding a special spot to read and write in, and to make sure you always read your writing to others so that they can help you edit and revise it. She reminded us how important it is to constantly make changes in our writing. And even though she's a professional, she always makes mistakes. She said that she needed to write a few bad copies of something before you can really get something good down on paper.
Hi, my name is Ariana Aras. Miss Tarshish taught me to imitate good writing styles from other authors. In class, we studied the amazing word choice she uses when she writes. Her writing is full of figurative language, and I'll try to write just like her. You may not believe this, but she wasn't a good reader when she was young. She didn't read her first book until she was 14 years old, and look who she became. She taught me that becoming a strong reader takes time. I'm so thankful for the experience we had with her. Like Lana mentioned earlier, I can't believe she calls us her family. I will never forget the kindness she showed each of us when she personally signed books for us at Tweens Read. What a special memory this will always be to me. We are also grateful that out of the kindness of her heart, she sent each of us our own copy of her newest I Survived book.
In conclusion, the experiences we've shared with Lauren Tarshish have been life-changing for my classmates and I at Jane Long Elementary. For myself, I will now keep a journal with me when I'm reading so I can take notes in. I learned how important it is to have a peaceful, calm, and quiet reading spot to write in, and that the best writers are full of mistakes waiting to be fixed. Mrs. Tarshish has taught us that nobody, not even the best, are perfect. With tenacity, the drive to always make ourselves better, we will grow to become the readers and writers of the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, an awesome job. And board members, Cesar, he came up and tried out the chair. He's going to be superintendent one day.
Well, she was absolutely right. You are amazing.
Thank you, parents, for being here this evening.
That is fabulous. All right, do we have any recognitions or awards?
We do not, Mr. President.
I would like to recognize Leaf. We had a great time today, and this year they distributed almost $350,000 to our campuses. So thank you to Janice Knight and Chip Sutton in particular for all the work that they put into this. It was absolutely outstanding day. Do you have any introductions?
We do not, Mr. President.
We move to the approval of minutes. Have a motion to approve the minutes of October 18th, 2016. Oh, I'm sorry, audience patrons.
There are none.
Anticipated, I guess. Thank you. Approval of minutes. We have a motion to approve the minutes of October 18th, 2016, the special meeting workshop.
I'll move to approve the minutes of October 18th special workshop.
Second to that.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, none. Motion carries. We have a motion for approval of the minutes of October 20th, 2016, the regular board meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for October 20th, regular board meeting.
We have a second to that.
I'll second.
Any comments, questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There. Board member reports. I know Ms. Denzer has about
Okay.
20 pages worth.
I know.
here, so-
Well, I'll try to be fast. You took one of mine, but I might still say something. Okay, Tuesday we did have a technology committee meeting, and I just want to do a couple of highlights. One is, again, we'll be voting today on Phase 2 of the interactive whiteboards. This is going to cover the fine arts and other classrooms not included in the first round. And some of the campuses being impacted are Briscoe, Foster, Fulshear, George Junior High, George Ranch, Lamar High School, Lehman, McNeil, Ray, Redding, and Smith and Wertheimer. And some of these are the special, because in the fine arts rooms it's not as easy to mount those, so they found other ways to move them around and get them so that they can be productive but not in the way. So we'll be voting on that. A couple other things, and I think we were talking about, and I know Ms. Roberts, did you go home and try ClassLink?
We tried it while we were here.
You were already here. They're very excited. They've rolled out ClassLink, which if you go to the LCIC website, you go to parents and students and scroll down, you find it. Kids can click in, and the different sites that the teachers want them to go to for textbooks or information, they just have to click into it, and now they don't have to have 17 or 20 different sign-ins. And it makes it a whole lot easier for the students, for the teachers, and for the parents. And this is cutting edge, and I love it that Lamar keeps us right in there ahead of all the others. And the other that they wanted, video conferencing, the 8th grade has started again their U.S. History Quiz Bowl on November 7th, and after the first round, I think Redding was slightly in the lead, but they have another round to go, so we'll see how that turns out. All right, now, today we had You want me to do it? Okay. We had facilities meeting, committee meeting, and of the 2011 bond, we heard that Churchill and Lehman are just about finished. They just have a few little things to finish up that have warranty issues, and they're fixing those as we speak. And Ag Barn number 2 had a little bit of a setback because they were trying to get the full development permit. That was finally issued on October 25th, so we might be about a month's delay, so it might be April 28th, but they're going to try to work to get that working faster. But, you know, you can only go as fast as the wheels will let you turn. Of 2014 bond, Carl Briscoe Bentley Elementary School, the finishing touches are underway to complete the exterior of the building. Interior finishes are progressing well throughout the building. Permanent power was energized this week, and CenterPoint has installed the power poles for FM 359 road widening. Lindsay Elementary, construction is proceeding well on schedule. Structural steel framing is complete. Masonry has begun on the gymnasium cafeteria. Ductwork and electrical conduits are being installed throughout the building. Don Carter, the design development phase is nearing completion. The site purchase continues to be studied further, and they're planning to, in January, to bring to us the design development for board approval. Support Service Center, cost estimates for the design of the Support Service Center have been completed. The administration is evaluating the direction of the proposed renovation of the existing facility. Practice pools. The features of the pool facilities have been reviewed and adjusted to offer the best value for Lamar CISD. Final floor plan adjustments have been made for the design. Interior color schemes have been developed, and they should be bringing that design development to the board in December. So we're looking forward to that. And the baseball complex, the project has been advertised for competitive sealed proposals. We received November 30th, anticipated contract award scheduled in December, and construction will be phased to work around the baseball and softball sessions. Band hall development for Terry and Lamar, development of the new rehearsal hall addition is on the agenda for tonight, and hopefully construction will start in April to finish in September. Huggins Phase 1, construction and facility parking lot is complete, and they did show us a picture, and I hope they're enjoying that. It looks like there's at least a little more parking. But Phase 2 for the new parent driveway and canopy and site lighting is in progress. Chiller replacement, 6 contractors submitted for competitive seal proposals, and recommendation for award is on the board agenda. Award is within the budget. Yay. Design phase has begun to upgrade the HVAC web-based controls at 8 existing sites. The Foster High School water plant upgrades, the design has begun, and new water well and new water storage tank are planned to provide additional water capacity on the preschool site. And district-wide access controls, design phase has begun. Project is planned to provide a system to allow card access to all schools in the district. Pink Elementary repairs, the Phase 2 work is getting ready for 2017, and initial scope anticipated includes ceiling repairs, door repairs, and some floor adjustments and wall cracks. And of course, the 49 sites are being planned for replacing existing exterior lights with LED fixtures. So they're very busy. And as you said, we did have the Grant Express went out today, and in 17 years, we are only $72,000 short of $3 million that LEAF has awarded to our staff. And it's amazing, and the look on these faces. We only went to, 5 schools, but one little tidbit, this is the first year that every school in the district got at least one grant. So that's amazing. That's very good. I'm excited about that. And for myself, I participated in the Lunches of Love walk, the 6th Walk of Love and 5K run was this past Saturday. And they, Andrew and Gray had sent me a little information I wanted to share real quick. They had 1,378 people who registered, 200 volunteers, and they raised $56,000, which will cover 32,000 weekend care packages in LCISD, which will cover 16 weeks this spring semester. And I want to shout out to, there were several schools but one in particular, or area in particular, the LCISD Bus Babes. And yay, you were there too. And it was so good to see. They had T-shirts. A lot of the bus drivers were there, and they participated in the walk, and which I'm sure they're the ones that are taking these babies home, and they want to make sure that they get the food that they need. But other schools that had teams, Arredondo, Austin, Bowie, who won the traveling trophy for the most participants, Jackson, Lamar High School, Long, Smith, Travis, McNeil, Campbell, and Briscoe. So I think Andrew and Gray, Lunches of Love, Feeding Our Babies, and I think they're going to have people working Monday and Tuesday to feed them, and then sending care packages home on Wednesday, since this is the first year we've had a full week of Thanksgiving. So, and go Rangers and go Falcons. Been doing a lot of football games too.
Anybody else have anything to report on?
I'm sorry.
I've got a couple of quick ones. One, attended a TxDOT meeting on the expansion of Crab River Road, and that is dragging along slowly. It will be 2017 before they really start any work south of the area that just opened up. It was still heartening to see that they have straightened out the intersection at Burdette Road with Crab River Road, so we can get our buses around there finally. But again, that work doesn't start till 2017. That portion of the road expansion has been approved and funded. The overpass at the railroad track has been designed, but it has not been funded yet. So that's still some time in the future. So we're going to still have that bottleneck at the railroad track for some time. But at least they're working on it. It's approved, and they will be starting work late next year. Ms. Danziger and I also attended the Gulf Coast Area Association of School Boards. TASB president, recently elected TASB president, was there, and he kind of interesting. He spoke about some of his background and how he got there, and then he spoke about all the things that are coming up in the legislature that have the potential of being troublesome to all the school districts in Texas, how the school district funding is handled, how the taxes are going to be assessed, how the ABCDEF is going to be implemented, and school vouchers and whatever disguise those come in. So TASB is gearing up very heavily to go to battle in Austin this next year, so it's going to be a really interesting year for all the school districts. Anything else? All right, thank you. With that, Dr. Randall, do you have anything to report on?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. We spent the past 5 days work visiting with our Student Advisory Committee. We have 48 students that sit on that committee, and they represent each one of the color tracks. And we feel like that when we have a chance to visit with the students who actually are there every day, and everything that we do impacts how their school day goes, it provides that insight that ultimately helps us. And out of the mouths of babes. They always are very honest, and so we had good visits the past 5 days. And on December 9th, this Brazos Crossing will transform into Whoville. And you probably, as you walked in the building, you've seen the elves. They've already been hard at work. So if you get a chance to come through December 9th and see the kids from over at Seguin enjoying this, you're welcome to do so. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Great. Thank you. At this point, we'll establish the consent agenda on our action items. We will step through those action items. A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B8, B9, B10, B11, B12, B13, B14, B15, B16, C1. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
May I have a second to that?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. Appreciate your work the other night to get us to be able to do that. Any issues on the informational items? I would ask for a consent from the board to remove the energy management report that we get quarterly. I don't think, that's another report that we've never had to take any action on. It's of interest, but has very little to do with our governance. So with your consent, we'll remove that information item from our packet. All in favor of that? Thank you very much. We have no issues for the closed session. Do we have any future agenda items we need to bring up? If not, I'd ask for any upcoming events and meetings that we'd like to have people know about. One would be the Lehman Junior High School and Fulshire High School dedication, December the 2nd at 10 a.m. if you haven't gotten notice of that. And as Dr. Randall mentioned, the Whoville to Brazos Crossing on December the 9th at 9 a.m. Are there any other from staff or anybody else that items you think we need to know about, participate in? If not, have a happy Thanksgiving, and this meeting is closed at 7:26.